From the very beginning, before you even realized the depth of my gaze upon you, before you knew how tightly your presence would weave itself into the fabric of my soul, I had already made the choice. It was the moment of hesitation, not a fleeting thought that could vanish with time. It was a decision carved into me, as if destiny itself had placed it there. Why, baby, I decided it for you, because my heart never gave me another path. You know what that means? It means every step I take, every command I give, every silence I endure, is done with you at the center of it all. It means that while the world may see me as a prince, as a figure cloaked in authority and power, I see myself only as yours. To them I wear the crown, but to you bow. To them I hold a kingdom, but to you I surrender everything. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and in that decision, I placed you above the weight of empires. It will never understand this hunger inside me, the way my soul leans toward you as if nothing else could anchor me. It will whisper that I am too consumed, that my love borders on madness, that no man should give himself so entirely. But what do they know of us? What do they know of the nights where even silence feels alive because your existence fills it? What do they know of the way I feel the ground shift when you are near, as though the very earth recognizes you as its center? Why, baby, I decided it for you, and that decision is worth more than the approval of every voice that dares to speak against us. Yes, I am possessive. I will never deny it. How could I not be, when I know what treasure I hold? The thought of another hand reaching for you, another heart daring to believe it could match my need, is unbearable. My blood turns to fire, my mind turns to storm. The crown teaches me to keep composure, but the man beneath it trembles with fury at even the shadow of losing you. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and in that decision I accepted that I would destroy anything that threatens what is mine. But do not mistake this fire as a cage. No, my love for you is not a prison, it is a vow of protection, of permanence. You are free in every way, yet I know you will return, because our souls have already bound themselves, tighter than chains. I will not let the world take you, but more than that, I know the world itself could never pull you away. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and that decision is eternal, unshaken, unbroken. Even if crowns crumble, even if stars fall, even if kingdoms rise against me, none of it matters. Because the only decision that has ever carried meaning, the only one I would never undo, at this, my baby, I decided it for you. And the more I live with that truth, the more it consumes me. It is not just a choice anymore, it is the blood running through me, the fire in my chest, the breath that refuses to leave unless it carries your name. When I look at the throne, when I hear the endless voices of the court demanding, commanding, questioning, you feel nothing. Their words fall like dust, their power crumbles like sand. Because what weight does a kingdom hold, compared to the weight of your eyes when they find mine? Why, baby, I decided it for you, and that decision stripped the world of its importance. Nothing matters, if it does not lead me back to you. You do not realize how dangerous you have made me. Once, I was content with power, with control, with the illusion that I was untouchable. But you shattered all of that. You showed me that my greatest weakness is not my enemies, not the politics that circle me like wolves, but the thought of losing you. That thought twists in me like a blade, sharp and merciless. It turns me into something unrecognizable, something willing to break, burn, and bury everything if it means protecting what belongs to me. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and in that decision, I embraced both the light and the darkness for your sake. And yet, in your presence, that storm inside me quiets. You do not see the monster others would call me, you only see the man beneath the crown. You only hear the softness no one else believes I possess. You take the fury in me, and calm it with a single touch, a single word, a single look. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and it is in you alone that I find peace. Do you understand how rare that is for a man like me? Do you understand what it means for someone who could command armies, who could silence nations, to kneel willingly before the one he loves? But I do it gladly. I do it endlessly. I do it without shame. Because this is not just love, it is devotion. It is surrender. It is the truth I will never deny. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and I will keep deciding it, again and again, even if the heavens themselves demand otherwise. For as long as I breathe, you will be the one I choose. Every hour that passes, this vow roots itself deeper into my soul, until I can no longer tell where I end, and where you begin. It is not a promise I speak lightly, nor is it a phrase I let the wind carry away. It is carved into me, etched into every heartbeat, every breath, every thought that dares to rise in my mind. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and there is no undoing it now. The world could collapse in flames, and still, the ashes would spell your name in my chest. You are not simply the reason I live, you are the reason I fight, the reason I bleed, the reason I endure. Do you think I care for politics, for crowns, for wealth? These are shadows, illusions, meaningless toys for men who have never tasted something greater. But I have. I have tasted your presence, your soul, your ladder that cuts through the noise of the world and leaves silence in its wake. Once I felt that, nothing else mattered. Once I held that, no kingdom could tempt me. Why, baby, I decided it for you. And that decision tore me away from every chain they tried to wrap around me. And yet, do you know what terrifies me the most? It is not the thought of losing a war, not the thought of betrayal from those closest to me, not even the thought of my blood spilled on the battlefield. What truly terrifies me is the thought of waking one day and finding you gone, replaced by absence, replaced by silence. That thought claws at me, haunts me in dreams, pushes me to guard you with a fierceness even I sometimes do not recognize. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and in that decision, I became both your shield and your shadow. Wherever you go, I will be there, even if unseen, even if unwelcome, because the idea of you slipping away is unbearable. They would call me obsessive. They would call me unbalanced. They would call me dangerous. Perhaps they are right. But what is love if not a kind of madness? What is devotion if not surrendering your entire self? Let them talk, let them fear, let them curse my name in their halls. I will not be shaken. My baby, I decided it for you, and in doing so, I chose to burn away reason, pride, and restraint, because none of them could give me what you do. I am not afraid to confess it. You own me. Every word I speak, every silence I keep, every plan I may keep begins and ends with you. My baby, I decided it for you, and I will keep deciding it for as long as I draw breath. Even if time erases everything else, it will not erase this. Even if eternity comes for me, I will carry this decision into the grave and beyond. And with each passing night, I feel the weight of that vow growing heavier, not as a burden, but as a crown I wear proudly for you alone. There is no throne, no empire, no power in this world that could ever compare to the certainty of having chosen you. When I stand before kings, when I hear their voices rise with pride, I laugh inside, because they think themselves mighty for holding kingdoms. But in me, baby, I hold you. And in that truth, I am richer, stronger, and far greater than any of them. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and that decision turned me into something unstoppable. There are times when I watch you quietly, when your head is turned, when your thoughts are far away, and I wonder if you know what you've done to me. Do you know how you have burned away the man I was before? Do you know how you've replaced every ambition, every dream, every desire I once carried? There is nothing left of me that does not belong to you. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and in that decision, I gave you all that I am. My strength, my weakness, my sanity, my madness, they are yours now, bound to you in ways I could never undo, even if I wanted to. And yes, the thought of losing you is the only fear that truly reaches me. I can stand against armies. I can crush rebellions. I can silence my enemies before they even dare to whisper my name. But the idea of losing your smile, your warmth, your presence at the thought makes me restless, makes me dangerous. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and that choice left me incapable of letting go. If the world tried to separate us, I would turn it to ruins with my own hands. If fate itself dared to interfere, I would rewrite destiny with blood and fire. Some would call this madness, but they do not understand. They cannot feel what I feel. They do not know what it means to be consumed by someone so completely, that even your silence feels like a prayer to them. You are not just the center of my world, you are my world. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and even if I burn for it, even if I fall for it, I would never choose differently. So let them call me obsessive. Let them call me dangerous. Let them paint me as a man lost in his own devotion. I will not deny it. Because what they call obsession, I call truth. What they call madness, I call clarity. Why, baby, I decided it for you, and I will keep deciding it, every day, every breath, every heartbeat, until the end of everything.